Question is doing what? Northern Raiders would certainly be interesting because it allows us to raid stuff. Higher chance to get any items from slain enemies as loot. However, you start with bad relations with most human factions. Or trade company. Start with 2 caravan hands in the employ, get 10% better prices when buying and selling, but we get a lot less renown. Which means we'll be working with the nobles a lot slower. Or the militia, that's true. I do quite like hiring a bunch of the low-level people and then leveling them up over time, I must admit. And we'll never have the position where we trying to buy someone like Anton, because they'll just be too well, they're not a peasant, so we can't. So I'm going to do another poll. Just for you guys, because I like you. New straw poll. Battle Brothers Mark 2. So this is going to be the trading caravan. Lots of money, so more better stuff. Probably Northern Raiders. Harder start. More battles, more emphasis on actually fighting. And then the last one was the militia company. Lots of low level people. More of an actual army feel. There you go. Vote now. Let me know what you think. Discuss amongst yourselves. Try to persuade each other what you would like to see. Trade caravan seems quite boring. I don't agree with that. Trade caravan means there's going to be more moving between cities, but you still find the bandits and brigands and things. And it also means we're going to have a lot better gear earlier because we'll have more money. Probably. I'm just not interested in the cultists. Not my thing. So I'm going to go away for 2 minutes. So, like I said, discuss amongst yourselves, decide what you'd like to see. Be sure to hit up the vote, and if you need to take a break, you got 2 minutes. Back in a minute. And the vote's really tight, so make sure you get those votes in. Still super close, so make sure you get those votes in. Last chance. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Norska versus Bretonia. How do I choose between angry peasants and angry Northmen? This is a close vote. This is a very close vote. Anyway, I'm going to say that this vote will end in 10 seconds, bearing in mind that there is a bit of a delay, which is why I'm spreading this out. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Trading Caravan got 7% of the vote. Militia Company got 41% of the vote, which means that the Northern Raiders came out on top with 52% of the vote, which is pretty close to what the Lone Wolf got last time. So Northern Raiders is Nerdnick. Am I going to play Three Kingdoms? Am I not interested? Yes, absolutely I am. I don't have a code though, so I can't yet. Are other people playing it already? Am I going to have to try and get in touch with Creative Assembly? Because some people like Lionheart I know already are, but Lionheart is like the Quill 18 of Creative Assembly, so I'm not surprised that he got it before anyone else. No, nobody else is playing it, so I don't think it's out yet. I mean, I know it's not out yet, but I don't think the previews are out yet. Insert new bribe for the new run. Thank you, Helson. Thank you. Right, so not peasant militia, we're going with the Northern Raiders. For all of your adult life, you've been raiding and pillaging these lands, but the local peasantry poor as mice, you might want to finally expand into the more profitable field of mercenary work. That is, if your potential employers are willing to forgive your past transactions. So the company name is definitely not the Battle Brothers. The company name is going to be Mordred. Does, which I think is how you spell it. Late game crisis, whatever. Permanent destruction, yes. Map seed. Let me think about this one for a minute. And yes, I am absolutely susceptible to bribery, so yeah. Hey Tori. Trying to think what to call this run. This is going to be Mordred. Difficulty is going to be medium everything. This is not going to be Iron Man because I actually like being able to save. Begin. And that is a crazy number of bits. I just saw how many bits that was. I approve of this bribery. I heartily approve. Thank you so much for that. That was kind of crazy. After you and your party killed half of them, the villagers finally submitted. A white flag was raised and they offered to parley, which you were happy to grant. In a single line, they walked out of the town square where they had been holding a festival. Jewels and treasures filled their arms and they dumped the goods to the ground where you stood, booted off the smashed skull of their mayor. Your vanguard of Halfgufa, the Conqueror, Yoltul, Yormal and Jotnar kept careful watch in the ceremony like buzzards watching a slow death. The last in line was a monk. He had no gold or silver on him, but instead spoke to you, his words immediately drawing the weapons of your fellow raiders. You allowed him to speak, and he spoke at great length about the old gods and how the treasures of the heavens superseded all that which Terra could offer. You told him his death was written by that wagging chin of his. The monk pursed his lips. All right. If you want gold, depart these silly games. This raiding and pillaging, it's all worthless compared to the treasures of the south. The nobles won't have you in their armies, but they are forever in need of mercenaries, and rarely have the time or the luxury of choosing where these hired fighters come from. You've made all the crowns you've ever want. Come south, raiders, and be sublimated into sellswords. Jormal demands the monk's head, but you stay the execution. Instead, you take the crafty monk at his word. You've long heard of these southern riches and travelled to adventurous swords for hire. You decide to venture south, as long as the monk comes with. Jormal protests, but you won't have it. If this pale little shit of a monk is your lucky charm to a new life, then it'd be better be an affront to the old gods to leave him be. The raider storms off, but Halfgufa, the Conqueror, Yoltul and Jotnar have no qualms about following you, and the rest of the war party returns north, a split in the loot being made. What remains of the village is left behind to recover, rebuild, and make new goods for the stronger tribes that come and take it for themselves. We'll strike south. And this is called the town of Nor. I like that. So, let's take a quick look at this. Armsburg is just outright hostile. Relation to the faction determine whether they'll fight or deal peacefully with you, their willingness to hire you for contracts as well as the prices they'll give you and the number of recruits available to you at their settlements. Relations increase when working successfully for factions and decrease when failing to do so, betraying or attacking them. Over time, relations slowly trend back towards neutral. So, Armsburg doesn't like us, Gunbold doesn't like us, but Bartholm is actually kind of cool with us. And we're hostile to a lot of the towns. Ah, crap. You know what I forgot? To change my crest. That's a really important thing, so I'm going to change my crest. Everything else will be set the same. Northern Raiders. This was the Mordred map. And we're going to go with the Viking crest. There we are. We're in exactly the same situation. Okay, so we have got Hafgufa the Conqueror, better known as Mordred the Untitled. Again, if you come up with a title name, then do let me know, and we'll switch them. We've got... Actually, let's see what they're all about first of all. So Mordred is health, melee skill, and fatigue. Same thing. You're the tank, so Jotnar is the tank. And then Otmar the Blessed, who is all about resolve. Okay, so we found our standard bearer. We also start with silverware, silver bowl, and some food. Fear of beasts, -10 resolve in battle with beasts. Lucky, 10% chance to have any attacker require 2 successful attack rolls in order to hit. Interesting. Mordred is also lucky. A sturdy warrior, Mordred has been through many campaigns of raiding and pillaging. Although a man of few words, the raider is an absolutely vicious specimen in battle, even for a raider. What he does to defeated villagers irks many. It is likely he came with you to satiate his more sadistic lusts. Then we've got the Drunkard, +10 damage, +5 resolve, -5 melee skill, -10 ranged skill. And then Quick, +10 initiative, and Lucky. I'm trying to decide which of these I actually want to have called Mordred. It didn't necessarily need to be this guy, although he does have a very funky hat. We get some pretty sweet armor to start with. Axe hammer. Crude axe. Another axe hammer. And then nada. I think this is actually going to be Mordred. As much as I like the name Jotnar, it's a cool name. And Helson's going to be the beastly fighter. And then we're going to have Wilfred. Well, Wilfred sounds like a monk. And you're going to be the standard bearer. Oh, Wilhelm, rather. Sorry, got the name completely wrong there. Wilhelm. The Untitled. And then we've got one more character here. If anyone gets the bribe in early, while I'm turning to start doing some of my admin, then you'll have a chance to go in. Subscribers. Always gets me when I'm switching these. Huzzah! No Air Guy, thank you very much for the subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. And seeing as you timed that so well, no Air Guy. So we have Helson, no Air Guy, and then Mordred and Wilhelm. Each of the Vikings have different backgrounds, I assume. Yes, they do. No Air Guy was a boy when he was taken to the southern village and raised amongst the barbarians of the wastes. Oh, from the southern village. While he learned the language and the culture, he never really fit in and was a constant victim of cruel jokes and games. You're not sure if he's followed you to return home or to get away from his northern family. And then Mordred. Barbarian raiders often take from lands foreign to them. Most see their raids as a matter of material and women, but occasionally they enslave formidable boys with great potential. Mordred, a northerner, was one such child, and he was raised to be a raider himself. Half his life was with his primitive clan, the other half was with those who took him. This has made him as hardy as a brutish a warrior as one can get. And now, because I am horribly biased, we're going to just grab the equipment and then spread it out amongst our people. So what do we have? 105 30, 50. So the leather helmet's going to go on Mordred. 95, 65, 75. Hide and bone armor. That's a one-handed weapon. Oh, the axe is also one-handed. Interesting. The brutish killer, I think, is going to get the bear helmet. You'll have the animal hide and the two-handed weapon. No, actually, the two-hander... Except it's not two-handed. I must remember that. It's not, in fact, two-handed. And I think I actually might give the dog... Fenrir the Warhound. I love that the dog's called Fenrir. That's amazing. In Norse mythology, the wolf is Fenrir. That's a great name for a wolf. I like it. And let's just put these next to each other. So damage 20 to 30, damage 30 to 40. So the crude axe is more damaging. 60% ignores armor, 40% ignores armor. 200% effective against armor. Shield damage of 14. Shield damage of 12. Yeah, Helson, you can keep the axe. We'll keep the axe hammers for ourselves. And then everyone also levels up a bit. Health, melee skill, fatigue. Health. Resolve. Melee skill. Stamina. Melee skill. Health. Health. Stamina. Melee... Actually, no. Melee defense. Health. Stamina. And then Mordred. Defensiveness, health, stamina, defensiveness, health, resolve. And Wilhelm doesn't get any levels. Alright, perks. Helson. I think both you and me are going to get Colossus. I think we'll take student on all of us. We're studious Vikings, okay? We like to study. Study hard, be evil. And then no air guy. How much initiative do you have? You actually have the least initiative, so dodge is not going to be a good one for you. Gifted? Sure. I do actually like gifted. And you are going to get... health, stamina, defensiveness. So where are we accepted? Here. Oh, in the far south again. Well, it looks like the noble house, which is by far the biggest, is the most friendly to us. Because the reds have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities, blues have 3, and then the friendlies have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cities. What? How's that fair? Hey, Kalinus. Wait, does the damage bonus apply to dogs as well? The reason I gave it to Wilhelm is because Wilhelm's got no weapons, so he can use his turn to unleash the hounds. Alright, we're going to save here because I'm really curious to see what happens if I go to one of those towns. So this is Mord's Marauders 1. can't even go in. And that's a big city which is likely to have defenders. So we're going to go around it and try to get to Wolfenfest. Oh, the name's already chosen, Colinus. We're Marauders. Keep going. We'll try and skip across this road and hopefully nobody sees us. Blast furnace. Run away! Damn! Right, that's game over. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Marauders playthrough. Should have gone with the trading company. I didn't realise they would actually have the guards in there, and also I wasn't expecting to be pathing that close. What are these? Just lakes, goat pens. Nope, don't go by road. Stay away from the road. Can you raid the smaller buildings? I don't think so. Ore smelters and a blast furnace and a workshop. If tools and things aren't cheap here, I don't know where they will be cheap. Right. Sundorf, we can't really do much. Huh. There's no actual roads which connect. Oh, Isengard goes around there. Connects that bit. No, we're going to have to go cross-country across here. I mean, the nice thing is there shouldn't be any garrison units. Also, this town is not connected to anything. There's no roads to it. It's a terrible location. During camp, it falls to you, the commander, to see the company succeeds, not just on the battlefield, but also fame and riches. And so you spend some evenings pondering about a bigger plan for Marauders, in your tent while the men talk and laugh around the fire. You're never going to become a legend simply by chasing brigands and doing small-time contracts. What you proclaim to the men the company will set out to do. We'll get back to a dozen. That's actually going to be quite difficult because we have to pay them all. Yeah, all the starts are like this. They just have slightly different mechanics around them. I mean, the main thing about the Marauders is we get more from battles. We can loot more stuff. Whoa. Webnechts. That doesn't sound good. Can we avoid this, please? Many webnechts. This is something I've never even heard of. They look like spiders, however. And of course Wilhelm goes first. Release the hounds! Now, bearing in mind that we don't actually have any antidotes or anything like that, and these being giant spiders, I strongly suspect that they will be poisoning. What does punch do? Costs 4 to use, uses only a tiny bit of fatigue. 5 to 10 damage to hit points. Doesn't ignore armor. Minus 10 chance to hit. Fantastic! Mouse Gunner, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to all the viewers. Hello, hello, hello. We're just chopping up some webnechts. Or not. Why do I have a bad feeling we're going to lose this fight, even though we horribly outnumber them? Ooh, sneaky. Yeah! Go, doggy! And 6. Oh, wait, 10-7. I can't count. Punch him! Yeah! Well, I'm getting involved. Huzzah! He dead. 10-6. Are we the only ones who have actually killed anything? Antonio Burton, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the Maudlings. Don't spoil. Don't tell me this stuff. No spoilers. Oh, they're down to 3. Alright, looks like the good guys are winning now. And the dag is now poisoned. Wilhelm, go get your revengi! Oh, you can't. You're too far away. Oh, what? You went... That was not where I was expecting you to go. Well, hello there. Oh, and then he webs me. Go on, Wilhelm. One punch. Okay, poison hits quite hard. Still not dead.